So OpenAI finally released their first AI agent called the Operator. This is a browser-based AI agent where it will basically create a new window and start taking tasks and doing tasks for you. So in this video, I'm going to be demoing Operator and showing you some of the core use cases of it, and you can kind of see how it works in real time. And so essentially, it looks just like ChatGPT here, but if I give it a prompt, it will create a new window and start doing things for me. So let's say I wanted to um, order me some food using Instacart. So I'm gonna say order me some groceries using Instacart and get me the following items: carrots, organic spinach, organic quinoa. We're trying to eat healthy up in here. And what else? Farm pasture raised chicken. So basically, what happens if I give it a grocery list? It'll basically go. It will create this its own browser here and start actually taking actions. And so, if you see my video on quad computer use or do browser, this is very similar to those, but it's obviously OpenAI's model, and it looks like it's probably going to be a little bit more effective than the other browser-based agents that we've talked about. And so I'm going to full screen this and actually show you what's happening here. So we can see it's trying to search for groceries on Instacart. If I click here, I can kind of like override it at any time. And so it's searching. It's going to search for organic carrots. And so the only thing is it has the location wrong. So inside of the custom prompts, if you go into the, I'm just going to let this run now. I'm not going to change it. But you can actually go into the custom prompts and give it, certain prompts. Like if it asks for location, I'm based here. And so it can kind of reroute and correct itself. And then I'm saying like, yes, add this to the cart. Don't ask me next time. And just add the best product. And so you can see it's kind of going in here and asking me if it has done it right. So it's saying like, I found Nature's Promise organic carrots for $1.39. Should I add this to the cart? And then it's going in and it's actually doing it. And so we can watch it take more actions. And basically how this thing works is that it's taking screenshots. And so jump to live. Sign up prompt. And so now it's asking for a sign up prompt. And so you still kind of have to guide this. And this is what we talked about in the other videos as well. It's not going to be fully autonomous yet. I mean, give it 6 months, it'll probably get there. But right now it's like if it runs into a sign up thing. And so what they've actually, OpenAI has built out, which I thought is interesting, is they put in specific apps in here. So if I add in the app of Instacart, I'll say order all the ingredients to cook steak with baked potatoes. And because the app is loaded in here, I have the sense that it's actually going to do this better for us. So let's say I want to add in a location. So let's do like 19813, just some random zip code that I thought of. I'm cooking for 2 people. I want you to shop at Natural Grocers. No dietary restrictions. So let's see if it can do this. All right. So now because it's actually using the app that is kind of like integrated into their platform, I imagine it's not going to run into the sign-in window. But if it does, we'll see what happens. So it basically planned out the list of different ingredients. It's going to go here and start typing them in. It might ask us to sign in as well. You can see how revolutionary this is going to be in terms of, how much easier it is and how much more effective. You could become so effective using AI. You could become pretty effective using Claude or ChatGPT and asking it to write you articles or strategy or so on and so forth. But when you get to the point where it can, do work for you, this is like a phase shift in terms of the capacities that AI is being given, right? Um, Something that OpenAI has mentioned is that they're going to be turning this into an API as well. And so if you're building systems, if you're using make.com n8n, if you're building like these systems, you can actually integrate browser-based agents like this into your system, which is going to level up what you can do. If you wanted to build a system that did lead sourcing for you, you'd have to update it and be very specific with exactly where it's clicking. You'd have to put in all the API calls yourself. But with this, you can basically just put in a request, and then you can systematize it. Every single once per month, trigger a request that gets me groceries and orders them, and you don't have to do it. You don't have to think about it. Or once per month, look at all of my top videos on YouTube and analyze them and figure out what are the specific frameworks about why they work well, and give that back to me in a one-page report. Or any type of work you could do. Create me a strategy document based on the latest information on the web on this website once per week, and help me identify the action steps. So it's pretty much endless. And so it says natural groceries not available. Just find the healthiest options no matter what the store is. And so right now it's still kind of like waiting, and I could go to a different tab here. I could edit like one of my videos on Sora, and go and be doing stuff inside of here, and it could just be running in the background, right? If I just go in here, it's going to be running, it's going to be taking actions, and it doesn't really, it needs some of my input to if it gets stuck, but I'm not controlling that browser. I'm not clicking any buttons of any sort. It's just going through this itself. And so it's saying reloading page to bypass sign up. It's trying to get past the sign up window. Eventually it'll probably have a sign up, but you can see like this mouse right here. It's literally clicking it. And then if we go here, we can kind of see like a backlog of all the different things that are happening. So it's searching for you can see kind of its reasoning process. So if you think of GPT-01 as kind of like, from GPT-4o is just it's doing something, and then GPT-01 it's trying to reason through its actions. This is essentially the next step on top of O1, where you're basically giving O1 the ability to click buttons on your computer. And I think this is going to be huge in terms of, the vast majority of jobs today, especially entry-level jobs online, it's just like really advanced button clicking. Now that OpenAI can do that, we're going to see that like in order to become irreplaceable in the AI age, you're going to need to become more strategic. You're not going to be able to need, you're going to need to think more creatively, have higher quality decision making. You can't just be clicking buttons and following SOPs all day. And so it appears that signing up is required. And so let me see if I log in on browser. So it looks like what it's going to have me do is actually just go and log in here. And so I don't really want to log in, but I guess, yeah, I'm not going to log in. I'm just going to show you guys a different example. So if I do another one, something else we could do that I'm really interested if it can accomplish is doing research or pulling leads or something like that. And so let's think about this in terms of customer research. So let's say I wanted to create a video about something. So I create a lot of video on agents. That's why I'm recording this video. So I say go to Ethan Nelson's YouTube channel and research his top performing videos and reverse engineer why they worked and why the ones that got 0 views didn't work. And so you can think about this like if you're in a marketing role, you all of a sudden can have these like really complex analyses happening while you are like you could generate like 10 of these in a week, and then your job would be literally just like how do you understand and interpret these. You could use AI to interpret them, but the quality of data that's coming into these systems, the quality of your decision making is improving because you're using these tools to augment your work. But they're not going to replace your work, right? You still have to think about what is it that you want to do, why is it that you want to do that, Thinking about site unavailable. Yes, try a different approach. So let's see what else it's going to happen if we ask it to try a different approach. For some reason, it can't access YouTube. So OpenAI mentioned that there's some websites are restricted. Like they don't want to give it full access to the internet yet, although it's pretty close. At this point, I imagine and I hope that there's at least some guardrails on what this can do. But it's definitely going to shift a lot of things. And, imagine if a billion people are using Operator and what both the pace at which things would be accomplished and also the havoc that this could cause if people were having, one person had 100 of these. So it looks like for some reason Google is blocking it. Maybe it's the AI wars. Let's try something different. Let's go to one of the news use cases. So let's say find the Reuters. What is the latest news about AI agents in the last month? Please analyze it and give me the TLDR of what's shifting and how it will affect knowledge work. And so now it seems to be as we're doing this, it seems that the kind of apps that it has pre-integrated with are going to be a lot more effective than the ones where it hasn't been pre-integrated. But with that being said, this is within the first couple hours of it being released. And so it's still kind of in research or beta mode. And so, if it's able to go to Reuters, go to Instacart, put stuff in its shopping cart, if it's able to do this stuff, give it 2 or 3 months. And I believe that we'll start being able to integrate our APIs into this, build this into various systems. We'll be able to do a lot more with this than we can currently. But as of right now, it seems that there's still limitations to it, to be expected, really. And so I'm just going to let this, do some research. It looks like there's no sign-in on this, which is better. So it's searching for AI agent at 12:11 p.m. So 3 hours ago, or 2 hours ago, there's news about Operator, the exact thing that you're seeing right now. And so saying updating date range, viewing article details. So we can actually see the specific task that it's thinking through here, right? Navigating to Reuters, using search function, searching for news, re-entering search term. And this is similar to O1, where it's trying to think what are all the specific steps that it needs to take in order to accomplish that goal. And it's thinking through all of them, taking all of them. And we're seeing the outcome of that here. And how it's doing that is it's just, if I click here, I can see that it's, putting the text. It's just screenshotting the computer and saying where do I click in order to accomplish this task. That's essentially what's happening. So if I jump to live here, we'll see. I'll just continue to let this run. And so in terms of what this means, this is absolutely the biggest thing since ChatGPT was released. All their other ones, you may have seen the video on ChatGPT tasks or Search GPT. Those were not that crazy features to be released, but this is an entire phase shift above what was happening before. And although we're still in beta mode, you can imagine this isn't just a linear progression. It's we had ChatGPT and all these interesting little features, and now we just did a entire stepwise function up, and now it's not that good because it's still in beta, but we're on an entirely different playing field in terms of what you're allowed to do with AI. And so Reuters reports on this. So why did it stop? Oh, it's allowing me to actually go to Reuters. If I jump to live here, why did you stop researching? Let's see what it says. can you please summarize this into a one-pager? Opening online text editor. Oh, okay. So I asked it to summarize this into a one-pager, and so it's literally going to like a text editor. And of course, it's on Microsoft Bing because OpenAI. Um, that's really interesting. It's pulling up an online notepad in order to type. I thought it was just going to give it directly into the chat. And so it's giving a one-pager here. And summary of this one article. So it only found one article and it summarized it. And so not bad for being an hour after it's released in beta mode still. But you can really, I hope, picture now where this technology is headed and where it's going. And this is similar to kind of like some of the AI agents that we're building manually. I'm gonna keep this pause. So it looks like it has some guardrails. It asked me if I want to, stop it because it noticed something interesting. So yeah, if you found this video helpful, my goal is to stay on the cutting edge of agents and to understand how to actually implement these. And I have a school called AI Agent University, where we basically talk about how to implement an AI agent in a weekend. We do a lot of live agent builds. So every single week we'll hop on a call and actually build an agent together. And you can kind of see like some of the different aspects of AI agent architecture, agent in a weekend, prompt engineering. You can kind of get the system templates and upload them and have them working in a matter of hours. Some of the more advanced agent templates, this is like different from the browser-based agent you were seeing. So if you are interested in building agents with us and getting up and running with agents, head on over to that with the link in the description. But other than that, thank you so much for watching this demo of Operator, and I hope it's as exciting for you as it is for me.